Thank you so much for tuning in today to learn about one of Khiri Travel's newest projects, our responsible travel experiences and icons. Today, we'll learn what they mean for yourself, your clients, and most importantly, the communities and conservation projects who will benefit from them. This is Michael Healy from Khiri Travel North America, and welcome aboard. For those that know us, you know that sustainability is a key component of our business. It isn't quite a blip on our website or just lip service we pay for legitimacy, but a real, genuine, and quantifiable element of what makes Khiri Travel, well, Khiri Travel. This means taking a long, hard look from point A to Z of the selling and execution of Khiri Travel trips with you, our partners. Being Travel Life certified in each destination we work is a huge deal and something we're quite proud of. In fact, we're the first and currently only operator to be Travel Life certified in each destination we work. This certification analyzes everything from the types of light bulbs you use in the office, to which suppliers we work with on the ground, and even how guides are chosen. This third-party supplier rating system allows us to ensure your clients' dollars are being fairly and ethically distributed up and down the supply chain. Beyond this, we have also created a number of our own policies, which can easily be found on Khiri Travel's website. And these policies are something that we're actually very strict with. For example, if somebody even asked to do something that would go against it, we truly will say no, which I think a lot of people might bend in order to get the booking. It is something that we're not going to do. All of our staff, from sales to guides and operations and accounting, are carefully trained on these policies to be sure that your clients are getting a reliably enriching experience throughout the whole trip, which not only is going to benefit them, but of course, the local communities and projects that they're visiting. Lastly, there is Khiri Reach, which is our philanthropic arm, a nonprofit organization set apart from Khiri Travel's day-to-day business that supports sustainable development projects. These projects are chosen individually by each country and each have a local Khiri ambassador from the office who works closely with them. In fact, they often go out to the projects a number of days a year to work directly with them. Beyond Khiri Travel's contributions to these projects, you, our partners, and your clients who visit can donate to them and know that 100% of the overhead is taken care of by Khiri, so that every penny that's donated to these projects is going to go towards supporting them. While this general background is always incredibly important to stress, the reason for today's webinar is about our People and Planet Icon project, which we've been working diligently on. During this, it required a long and thorough look at each of our experiences and products across every destination. From there, we've gone over all of the experiences, and for those particularly enhance the lives of people or the planet on the ground, we have awarded an icon. I think it is important to note that all our products in our portfolio, they all have some type of positive ethical contribution to them. That could be simply going to a local coffee shop with your guide to chat and supporting that business owner, or having our guide purchase fruit directly from a vendor in the market you're visiting to ensure that you're not just taking pictures, but actually actively investing back in the market itself. It's just that these products that we've picked out go above and beyond in giving back to the people and planet. The first icon that we'll see here is the planet one. Being awarded this icon can mean a variety of things from the experience, but overall, it's an experience that actively conserves the environment and supports the restoration of native flora and fauna. Otherwise, it promotes an eco-friendly lifestyle that actively educates our clients, the guides, and the locals on reducing their carbon footprint. As noted above, this applies to a variety of tours, from walking and biking instead of using vans to visiting properly vetted wildlife rescue centers and everything in between. Next, we have the planet icon, or the people icon, which you can see here. This is for our travel products, which go above and beyond in having a positive impact on the local community. These experiences empower the community while promoting local culture and traditions in an ethical way. Just as importantly, they promote social equality and advocate for underprivileged or marginalized communities. This could mean supporting a restaurant that trains street youth in hospitality, assists in keeping ancient traditions alive and prideful, or empowering local entrepreneurship, which might not have been possible without your clients and their willingness to support. To give you a better idea to what we're talking about, we've picked some great examples which should illustrate to you what we're doing and how we went about awarding these icons. This way, you can better understand the meanings and explaining them to your clients more properly. So here, for example, we have the Pearl of the Mekong Luang Prabang tour. This is more of a general city tour, and this is a kind of the baseline introduction to how you would get the planet's icon. So of course, for those who have been to Luang Prabang, knows that it's an incredibly walkable city, really small, leisurely, so it's fantastic to go by bike or foot. So when we offer the general highlights of Luang Prabang tour and your clients choose to go by bike or foot, then it gets awarded the planet icon for leaving less of a carbon footprint. So this one is also planet, but this is going to go more for wildlife rather than carbon footprint. This is a fantastic project set up by Khiri, Myanmar, in connection with local government, local rangers, and it's between Mandalay and Yandabo, I would say, for those who know the area. I visited it myself. It's an outstanding little project where they're taking the Burmese star tortoise, which was on the verge of extinction, because as you can see, it has a gorgeous shell that a lot of people wanted for decorative bowls or even just simply souvenirs. So they were so easy to collect that after a while they were on the brink of extinction. This wildlife sanctuary is bringing them back. It actively breeds them, hatches them, and then allows them back into a large enclosure to get used to being in the wild again, and then is able to place them in the woods throughout. It's a really outstanding project, not only because it's bringing back the star tortoise, but it really focuses on bringing the local community in to learn about them as well, which, as we all know, is just as important to get them on the side and educated and excited about conserving this iconic species than anything else. Here we have another fantastic planet project. Many people don't think of Southeast Asia or Thailand as particularly a wildlife type of destination, but in reality, Thailand has a ton of national parks. It's very popular with locals, but not so much with tourists who tend to stay on the beaten path. It takes a little bit of effort to get here, but I've also done this one, and it is probably, I would say, one of the best places in Thailand, if not all of Southeast Asia specifically, to see elephants in the wild. And I think we can all agree seeing elephants thriving in the wild is an incredibly touching experience. Beyond that, it also has a great human element because it brings in local rangers. These local rangers used to be work on pineapple plantations, but since those have been turned into a national park. So as we know, if you're going to take away jobs, you have to replace them with something more eco-friendly. This is a win-win not only for the wildlife, but for the local community around it. As we just talked about seeing animals in the wild, we do know that in tourism, and especially in Southeast Asia, there is a real issue with wildlife in tourism. Whether they're performing at terrible camps or being sold in the illegal wildlife trade, or being poached, any number of things, there's a real issue with wildlife there. So here, we're actually going to a conservation center that we've checked very well to make sure that it's run ethically. And we can send your clients here for behind the scenes look to learn about the plight of these animals. Being able to, yes, it's great to see them in the wild, but some of these just simply can't be returned. Maybe a snare caught one of the bear's mothers and the babies can't go out into the wild on their own. But it does take an opportunity to teach your clients about the plight of the wildlife here, and we think that's very important. But we do know that many of these camps can be done very poorly. So if you go with one of the ones with Khiri, and particularly they'll have a planet icon, you know that it's ethically sourced. Next is actually a really interesting one because it is both people and planet that benefit from this. So the Rainbow Village was a village, of course, in Lombok that was formerly having a lot of sanitation issues. And it was creating a lot of pollution. Nobody knew what to do. one really smart local decided they needed to create something, or they needed to fix this. So they came in and created a septic system. Beyond that, it turned into a whole social enterprise where, as you can see, they've decorated they've decorated the whole village, and it's also employing many people, not only the men, but also many females and even folks with disability. So this is a great because it focuses on the planet by cleaning up the village, teaching people about how to live better with nature, and also by providing jobs. Next, we have this Paddy's Pagodas in the Prince Nez in Sri Lanka. So in Sri Lanka, for example, you go around with your chauffeur guide, which is fantastic and very much needed. But many times folks are really just stopping at the highlights and nobody else is really getting involved in the tourism aspect. What we aim to do here is start bringing you into people's homes and villages, not just to gawk at them, but to actually interact back and forth. This is not only mutually beneficial in a learning way for both the local and traveler alike, but it also provides direct money and assistance into the village. All these folks are paid for their time and they're really prideful to show it off. So it's really a win-win for everyone. Here is another people project that we have in Myanmar. So this is an outstanding restaurant in Yangon called Seeds, and it provides much needed vocational training for street youth. So going here is not only a really fabulous meal, but you know that your money is actually going back to providing hospitality training to many folks who might not have had it. They can go on and to live long lives in the tourism industry, in the restaurants, in the hotels, whatever it might be. And it all starts at this place, hence the name Seeds. Here's another really great example, which is a people project in Indonesia. This one is particular to giving marginalized people a job. So in this beautiful little village in Lombok as well, there's a number of hiking trails around it. But traditionally, the guiding of it is always a men's job. This specific project and trip only employs women as guides. So it's great to be inclusive. It's great to get them trained, to get them experience so that they can go on and do more and more guiding. And I think that this is really kind of a big part of the people icon that we're trying to get across, is that it's being more inclusive. Here in Laos is similar to what I discussed in the Sri Lanka example. And I've also done this one myself. So there's this woman who's located in a village, just maybe 45 minutes between boating and drive away from Luang Prabang. So being so close to Luang Prabang, and her village were receiving absolutely none of the tourist dollars. So instead of bringing your clients to a commercial cooking class, which of course is providing jobs, but only a cut of it, as it's usually owned by someone else, we're actually going directly into this woman's home, and you get to learn from her how to cook local Lao dishes. This is, again, a very, very special experience for me, because when I was there, not only is she teaching you, you have her little daughter there, her grandmother there. You can really see the people that you're actively supporting and where the money is going. You know that there's going to be no other person taking a cut. It's just going to go directly to them. So this is how we empower local folks to get involved into the tourism industry and start making money off of it and become a little bit of their own entrepreneurs. Here in Vietnam is a different example of people. Well, it's similar that we go into the local person's house. It's a bit different because it's helping keeping traditions alive. Here is a beautiful little fishing village in between Hue and Hoi An where you can stop for lunch. Not only does the family prepare lunch for you and they get paid for it, but you get to experience a genuine way of a fisherman and their traditional methods. This is really great, as a lot of these methods are dying, but it really provides not only money to the family, but a bit of pride and excitement for the next generation coming up to keep these traditions alive, if they so choose, of course. So that is, of course, just a very small sample of what we provide. As you must know, we have tons of tours all throughout the region, but here you can at least understand how we're assigning the icons and then how you can explain them to folks. What we do is we have a full list of all tours in each country, and you'll see which ones have the icons. So I do encourage you not only to ask for that, but even in the sales process, to perhaps ask the salesperson, can you explain to me what exactly makes this, what gives this the people icon, or what gives this the planet icon? Now, that's important because it's so easy just to simply say, yeah, we're an ethical, responsible tourism company. But when you have actual examples and proof and be able to explain it, it's not only going to help the locals on the ground in getting people there to experience it, but it's going to help you make some sales as well. So really, everyone benefits from it. So I do hope that this was helpful, and thanks for tuning in today. Of course, this is only a very small smattering of what this project entails, but hopefully it's enough for you to start asking questions, and please reach out anytime that you wish, and we'll be happy to answer any more questions. All right, thank you so much.